Hello, I'm Michael Flash Stump Grinding. I want to restart my business after 2 years of not being able to work. Had some health issues, and body just shut down on me and said, "You ain't working," which, whether I wanted to or not, I had to agree. My goal is to take a little small business. Right now, we're producing zero revenue, and we want to get up to about $1,000 a week, preferably profit. But at this point, we would take sales. When you start with nothing, it's kind of hard. Well, I'm not really starting with nothing. I do have some equipment. I have a 2008 truck, a little 4-door truck sitting out right out there. You can't see it, but I can. It just good truck. It's a Duramax 6.6 diesel Allison transmission. It's a pretty solid truck. Had a lot of maintenance done on it, and it is ready to go. I have a 252 Vermeer stump grinder with a fairly new engine, new belts, just put new bearings on it, new teeth, new pockets, all the little fun maintenance stuff that you do with a 252. Stump grinding is hard on a machine. You beat the tar out of them. You go out, you grind. If you do it right, you can run the machine real smooth. Just grind it back and forth. If you get anxious and want to get it done, and you take more of a bite, well, you beat the machine. It's just a boom, 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 boom. And, well, you know you're beating your machine, but you also know you're getting the work done quicker. And, hey, Vermeer's, this for a little 25 horsepower machine, it is pretty well built. So we put it, well, me, I push it. So I do maintenance, and not a good idea. Better to slow and easy, especially now. It's not like I have 4 or 5 jobs lined up in a day or even a week. So I got to learn to take my time, do the job. I got notes here. I also have a Stihl BR800, blow the chips back up. Really want to get over to a paddle wheel, the big rubber plastic. I try to insert a picture. It blows debris back up in the pile. Helps with cleanup. I got a FC111 edger. And some might go, what do you need an edger for? For grinding stumps. Well, sometimes you get done. People have their yard perfectly mowed and it looks great, but they don't have a good edge. So just as an extra bonus, I put an edge on the front yard. It looks good. Takes me 5 minutes. Customer's happy. And hopefully they'll tell somebody else, hey, this guy came out and did a great job and even edged it. But then again, does it keep me from making that every trip? We hope not. Got a Stihl FS111 RX. That's a line trimmer, weed eater, brand name. I prefer line trimmer because I've been doing in the landscaping tree business and stump grinding for about 24 years now. Started back in 2000. Tell that story one day. It's like, what do you need a line trimmer for? Well, sometimes you show up and people don't mow around stumps. They just don't do it. Some do, but you show up and people have mowed around it and the grass is 6-8 inches. Well, you got to get that grass out of there because you got to see what you're grinding. I've looked at stumps and went, it's just grass, and then went into it, and well, hell, they had a dog chain wrapped around the tree that I didn't see because I didn't weed eat the grass. So we weeded it out and make sure there's nothing down there. We don't want to run over old dog chains or old pieces of metal. You'd be surprised at what gets thrown up against the tree and left, and either growing into the tree or in the dirt. Metal and teeth, that costs you about $10 a teeth to replace, and we don't want to be losing money. We want to be making money. Got a 2-panel protector guard to protect against debris flying. Supposed to be 3, but if you don't pay attention, the stump grinder will eat that and eat it quick, and then you'll spend an hour getting all that material out of your wheel. Not fun. Wouldn't suggest that. Pay attention to what you're doing. or I should pay attention to what I'm doing. I'm not an expert. You do what you need to do to make your money. Sort of tools, shovels, everything from a snow shovel to a spade to a flat nose to a sharpshooter. Sometimes you got to dig out around the roots. If you get a marking and there's a power line going right through your stump, you need to know where that power line is, so we dig holes before we grind. Always call 811 before you start grinding. You have no idea what's under the ground. Rainbow roots can get expensive. Of course, we got some extra parts and etc. You know, some belts, pockets, teeth, fuel lines, spark plugs, just itty bitty little things. You know, if the machine starts bogging down, you want to check. You know, clean your oil filters. They're kind of expensive, but the better you take care of your machine, the better your machine will take care of you, and the more money it'll make. Now you might ask, what does a 57-year-old man with bad health want to go out and grind stumps at his age? And we're in Arkansas, so the summers are pretty warm. That hardly get over 100, but around here, these people get in the mid-90s, they think they're dying. And I'm like, I'm from Texas, 102, 103 in the summer is norm. But a little more humidity. But, yeah, you know, whatever. You go to work, the best thing to do is to, for me anyway, is to plan my jobs in the morning, be done by 12, 1 o'clock. Work my 5-6 hours. We want to average out at $150 an hour. So we want to make $600-700. Now, sometimes you just go out and do one stump and it's $150 minimum. Maybe a $250 stump, you're done in 2 hours and you're back home. But it's better than nothing. How do you get sales? Well, if you got money, you advertise. Everything from Facebook to Google to hiring a advertising agency to run your website, to run your social media, etc., etc. But when you're starting out after 2 years and you are broke, like I'm broke, you can't do that. So I will be doing door-to-door sales. And it's a little bit different than people calling you. People call you, want you to come grind their stump. I'm knocking on the door. They ain't thinking about somebody grinding their stump. They ignored it. It's probably been there for years. And so my job is to go to the door and say, hey, you have a stump, and you should get it ground. Get it out of there. Why you still got it there? Let's get it out of there. And they're like, why? Well, it's because, you know, you just can't tell them. It's ugly, and your neighbors hate it. Because your neighbors drive by all the time and go, wish I get that stump out of the yard. My yard looks good, and your yard looks like crap. You got a stump in it. Can't tell a customer that. But you can't tell them the benefits of not having a stump, regaining yard space, being able to plant another tree. You really have to do real good grind for that because the roots are 8, 10, 20 feet out from the tree, depending on the size of the stump. But you can grind a big enough place to get the grass growing back. You need at least 6 inches below ground. We grind down to as deep as the stream goes. It's 12 inches on a Vermeer 252. Some machines go down to 18 inches. Some go down to 24. That's why you need to call 811, because you don't know what you're getting into at 24 inches below the surface. Even at 12 inches. You don't know what's down there. In Florida, I ran into water lines 2 inches below the surface. Boom, water. And then I got to go pull out my PVC repair kit and repair a line. Cost me money, cost me time. We don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. But yes, I do repair what I break if it was in my capabilities. Water lines, sprinkler lines, things like that. PVC, copper. Yeah, just slap that stuff right back together. Check and make sure it don't leak, and then leave. Takes 30 minutes, an hour. Electrical lines, gonna cost you some money. Don't want to do that. Fiber optic, woo! Better hope your insurance cover it and you call it 811. because that's going to be a problem. I've heard, I don't know, you can leave in the comments what you think or if you have any experience with it, but a fiber optic splice, when you cut the line, is around 10 grand and up. Up, not down. So if you're a small guy like me and you hit a line and they want $10,000 and they come sue you, you're in trouble and maybe out of business, or you're working for the next 10, 12 weeks or a year trying to take care of that. So I don't want to do that. That is just bad news all the way around. I didn't say I'm flash thumb grinding. So why do I want to go back to work? I want to go selling. I'm 57. I want to get out. I want to average $1,000, $1,500 a week in profit. I want to take that money. I want to save it, and I want to start my journey towards selling, which will be a separate channel from this one. I'm going to run 2 channels, and that's what I want to do. Now, I want to keep these videos short. I don't want to bore you, but come along. If you have comments, you got suggestions, hey, do you know how to sell without spending a lot of money? What's your advertising budget? What kind of service would you want from a stump grinder? Do you like your stump just left piled high, because we can grind it and leave all the shavings there? Sometimes it's a foot, sometimes it's 3 or 4 feet above the stump, depending on the size of the stump. Do you want the grindings removed and flat and just leave a level, but there's still chips down in the hole where we dug? Because basically what we do is we dig holes. If there's a stump, we dig a hole, because our job is to get the stump out. Now, or do you prefer grind it, then dig all the chips out and backfill with dirt and put some seed down, or maybe even sod? If you have any tips for me on how to advertise effectively, inexpensively, Facebook does good. For about every $50 I spend, I get a job. $150 job, not so great. $450, $600 job, pretty good. And that's, really where I want to be. I want to be in somewhere between $300 and $600 a job. Let me know. If I'm doing something wrong, let me know. If I'm doing something right, let me know. If you would, like, subscribe, and follow along. Appreciate your time. If you're doing any kind of small business, I'd love to talk to you. If you're just interested in people that grind stumps and what we do, we're here. We will get to work. I'll bring you along. We'll see if I'm going to succeed or am I going to fail.